Digital Cyber Cherries has just released a major 2021 update for Hypercharge Unboxed. In my initial review, I thought the game had potential but was held back by the lack of players online and the absence of bots. Because of this, I wasn't able to try out the Deathmatch mode at all, until now. I also didn't like how hard it was to unlock the levels in the single-player tower defense mode. I'm happy to say that with the latest update, both of these issues are fixed, and Hypercharge is now a much better game. The biggest addition in the latest update is that the game now has bots. That's right, you can now play with up to 3 AI teammates in the single-player tower defense mode. This makes it way more fun now that you don't have to sprint across the map to defend each of the points all by yourself. If you're new to the game, the main objective of the single-player mode is to defend your 3 points against waves of evil toy enemies. One of my biggest frustrations when I played this last year was that the matches would start off incredibly slow, and then towards the end of the waves I would get completely dominated by the enemies.
Don't let the enemy destroy your hypercores!
Now, with bots, you can get through those first few waves much faster, and when the tougher enemies come out, you don't feel as outnumbered. This also makes it easier to unlock the later maps. Before, you could win the match but still not be able to unlock the next map, because you lost either 1 or 2 of your points and didn't earn a silver or gold medal. Now, it's much less likely that that'll happen. At the click of a button, you can also now play the game in third person if you prefer some over-the-shoulder action. I appreciate the option, especially when you're trying to make some of the trickier jumps to collect the coins. You can also now play the multiplayer Deathmatch and Plague modes with bots. There's 9 maps to choose from, all unlocked from the start. I never got to try these modes the last time around because I couldn't find anyone playing online, but now I finally got to dive into it. You can have up to 7 bots for a total of 8 players. You can also have up to 4 players split screen, even in handheld mode, which is incredible. The max number of players is still 8, so you can do 4 humans and 4 bots to fill out the match. And it performs really well. Side note, I'm moving all 4 controllers with my hands and toes, the things I do to bring you quality gameplay footage. Anyway, the game targets 30 frames per second, even in single player. There's the occasional stutter, but I'm really impressed by how great it looks and runs. Also, they've managed to cut the loading times in half. When I played the game at launch, it took 22 seconds to load into a level. Now, it takes 11. They've done some magic, I don't know. Plague mode is basically infected from the Call of Duty games. One player is randomly chosen to be the infected, and they run around the map trying to swipe at the other players. And if they get a kill, that person becomes infected as well. If you're not infected, you want to survive until the time runs out. It's a classic mode and I'm happy to see it here. Deathmatch is exactly what you'd expect. Reach the kill limit before the time runs out. There's a lot of options to customize the rules, and you can play either with or without teams. It has this high jumping, low gravity feel, similar to Halo. Also similar to Halo, the time to kill is really slow. Everyone takes a lot of damage before they go down, and I'm not a huge fan of that style of gameplay. It feels like you're just trading shots with the other person, and whoever started shooting first eventually gets the kill. But it takes forever. I know some people prefer that, but I don't think you should have to reload several times before you take an enemy down. I think if the health were cut in half, it would be perfect. At least give us the option. I also think some kind of aim assist would make it way more fun to play. It's really hard to aim even when you're using the left trigger to zoom in. It's tough, even on the Pro controller. The game does have gyro controls, but I think no matter how you slice it, we need aim assist. Speaking of the controls, there still isn't a way to customize your button layout. You can't jump with B and reload with Y like every other first-person shooter. You have to choose one of the preset layouts, and all of them are just a little bit off. You want to jump with B? Sure, no problem. But now you have to reload with R? What? I still think the graphics are great, and I've always loved the design and the details of the environments. You really feel like you're a small toy fighting in a big world. Little details like being able to use a heater vent to give you a boost onto a kitchen table really make this game feel like a labor of love. And the character customization is awesome. There's tons of outfits to unlock for your characters to encourage you to keep playing. Hypercharge has made tremendous improvements since it launched on the Switch early in 2020. I thought it had potential, and it makes me so happy to see some of that potential realized. The game is worth your time today if you like the tower defense gameplay, but I still think it could be so much more. The multiplayer absolutely needs some form of aim assist, and either the bullets need to do more damage or the players need less health, because it takes too long to get a kill. And while Deathmatch and Plague are great, I would love to see some more multiplayer modes. That would really take this game to the next level. But I have to give massive respect to Digital Cyber Cherries for putting so much work into this game over the past year.